If you are looking for up to $50,000 in fair credit personal loan this year, especially when it comes to having the loan funded real fast, like within 24 to 48 hours, you want to watch this show. Okay, I'll be sharing with you seven lenders who actually will approve you if you have a FICO score that's really fair, and will approve you real fast and will release the funds also real fast. So here's a start I want you to really think about. The first such loan is coming from Upgrade. So when it comes to Upgrade, basically you are looking at a minimum loan amount of $1,000 and a maximum loan amount of $50,000. And Upgrade will fund you within 24 to 36 hours. Okay, from the time it takes to get your loan approved to the time it takes to release the funds, maximum you have 36 to 48 hours. So that's really good. Okay, the minimum credit score that Upgrade really wants from you is 560. So that's really good. I mean, that's really good. 560. I mean, we are even in bad credit territory. So if you have fair credit, you qualify for Upgrade. That's for sure. Okay, but Upgrade overall is actually great for debt consolidation loans. If you are looking for a fair credit loan for debt consolidation, you will love actually the fact that basically Upgrade will work with you, and also Upgrade wants you to have a DTI minimum debt to income ratio of 75%. That's really good, and it's really high because usually DTI should be around 33%, 40%, but Upgrade will work with you to actually bump up the requirement all the way to 75%. But Upgrade wants you to have actually a minimum length of credit history of 2 years. Okay, you can have a 560 minimum, but you got to have 2 years minimum. Okay, now Upgrade does charge actually an origination fee that goes from 2% to 10%. So if you were to get a loan through them, just be aware of that. But the reason why you will love Upgrade is that you have secured and joint loans through Upgrade. You have multiple rate discounts. You have a mobile app to manage your loan payments. You have direct payments to creditors with debt consolidation loans, so that's kind of cool. And you have also long repayment terms on home improvement loans. So overall, fantastic lender that you will love. You will love through Upgrade. If you are looking for a $50,000 fair credit personal loan that funds within 24 to 72 hours, you will love Achieve. And let me introduce you with Achieve. So with Achieve, you have a minimum loan amount of $5,000 and a maximum loan amount of $50,000. The APR is kind of cool. You will love the APR because Achieve is actually charging you anywhere from 9% all the way to 36%. So that's kind of decent. Okay, I mean that's more than decent, by the way. And the minimum credit score that Achieve wants you to have is 600. It goes from 600 to 620. So that's really great. And Achieve will fund your loan within 48 hours. 48 hours. So once you are approved with an Achieve loan, they'll release the funds within 48 hours. Okay. So Achieve is kind of cool when it comes to fair credit personal loans. And what you will love with Achieve is that you have a very flexible lender that will work with you to make sure that you get paid real fast. I mean, you get your funds real fast. On top of that, Achieve actually requires a DTI, a debt to income ratio of 70%. So a little lower than what the Upgrade is asking for. But hey, listen, 70% is still high anyway. And by 70% here, you got to really include a mortgage payment or other housing expense like a rent, like if you have rent, for instance. Achieve doesn't have a minimum income, okay? But they want you to have 3 years across two accounts when it comes to a minimum credit history, okay? And so that's kind of important. And Achieve is kind of cool also because basically you are receiving 2 to 5 years as a repayment window. So you have a lot of flexibility there. So remember, again, we are speaking about $5,000 all the way to $50,000, and you have multiple rate discounts. You have a joint loan option, direct payment to creditors for debt consolidation if you want to go that route. You have a fast approval and funding, so 48 hours maximum, 48 hours tops, and you have access to a dedicated loan consultant. So that's kind of cool. So overall, when you think about Achieve, the only thing you might not like is that they are charging you an origination fee that goes from 2% all the way to 7%. So that's a little problematic. But hey, listen, it is what it is. If you are looking for a fair credit personal loan that funds within 24 to 72 hours, I want you to consider Prosper. And Prosper actually will take care of you, will grant you a loan from $2,000 to $50,000. Okay. And Prosper actually has a minimum credit score of 560, which is kind of similar to what the upgrade is requiring. And Prosper will fund your loan even faster. They will fund your loan within 24 hours. So you get your cash right away. So if you were to be approved, let's say today by 9 a.m. Eastern, by tomorrow 9 a.m. Eastern, you are getting funds in your account. Okay, and so that's kind of cool. And so when you think about Prosper, I want you to think about a loan that's great for peer-to-peer personal loans for fair credit. So if you want to go for a P2P platform, then Prosper will work with you. Okay. The cool thing is that Prosper actually will work with you in terms of DTI, and Prosper wants you to have a DTI maximum of 50%, excluding mortgage. And basically, if you're comfortable with an origination fee of a 2% to 10%, that's kind of cool too. That's what Prosper is charging you. Okay, Prosper is charging you a 2 to 10% of origination fee, a little higher than what Achieve and Upgrade are charging. And but it is what it is. But what you will love with Prosper is that because it is a P2P platform, you have the possibility to have an instant approval. So that's kind of cool. So instant approval. You have a joint loan option. You have a hardship program for borrowers in need. And this was really good during COVID. I mean, Prosper did a lot because Prosper helped a lot of borrowers actually stay the course. And you also have a mobile app to manage the loan. So that's really fantastic. And the repayment window, I said this before, you are looking at maximum 5 years and minimum 24 months. So 24 months to 60 months, okay? And the APR goes from 8%, all the way to 36%. So that's kind of decent. I mean, 36%, by the way, 36% is actually the required, the legal maximum. That's why a lot of lenders, they actually stop at 35.99%. I want to talk to you about Upstart. So if you are looking for a fair credit personal loan that funds within 24 to 72 hours, I want you to really consider Upstart. And when you think about Upstart, what you will love is that you have a minimum loan amount that goes from $1,000 and a maximum loan amount that goes all the way to $50,000. Okay, and Upstart, and even better, Upstart doesn't have a minimum credit score, so pretty flexible lender here. Okay, and so think about Upstart as a lender that's great for overall fair credit personal loans. In terms of flexibility, you are covered, and you have flexible payments, okay? And the cool thing is that Upstart personal loans offer fast funding and maybe an option for borrowers with low credit scores or even thin credit histories. Okay, that's kind of cool. And one thing I want to say here is that Upstart actually wants to work with you, but you got to have a minimum annual income of $12,000. We are speaking here about the gross income. Okay, so that's the $1,000 per month. And Upstart actually accepts income from employment, alimony, retirement, child support, social security, rentals, trust, pensions, disability, and scholarships. So from a flexibility point of view, this letter is really great. Okay, and in the repayment window, you are looking at 3 to 7 years. 3 to 7 years. So all the other players, Upgrade, Achieve, Prosper, they're giving you 1 to 5 years, right? Upstart is really making things a little easier, if you will, okay? And the cool thing is that you have fast funding, so within 24 hours you get your cash. That's really cool. You have the option to change your payment date. So if you were to go with Upstart, you have the possibility to actually change your payment date. You also have the option to pre-qualify with a soft credit check, so that's kind of cool. And you have a 7-day customer service availability model, so you are able to talk to someone no matter where, no matter when, and no matter what. So that's kind of cool in terms of flexibility and the sustainability. That's really good. If you are looking for a fair credit personal loans that fund within 24 to 72 hours, I want you to really consider this year. I want you to think about Landing Point. So Landing Point will fund you within 36 to 48 hours. And the Landing Point, you are looking at 2,000 all the way to 37,000. I mean, specifically, it's 2,000 to not 2,000. Sorry, it's a 1,000 to 36.5k. So $36,500. Now you might say, well, Landing Point is a little less generous than the other four players, and that's true. But Landing Point has been around for a while now, and this is a solid player, a solid lender, okay? And Landing Point wants you to have a minimum credit score of 660. So if you are looking for a fast funding, 24 to 36 hours, Landing Point is really cool, okay? And what you will love with Landing Point loans is that they actually tend to be funded quickly and have some flexible features, okay? And that's really good. And but in terms of flexibility, you will love the fact that basically minimum credit history that Landing Point is asking for is actually 6 months. Now, the where Landing Point is a little more complicated is actually on the income aspect of things, because Landing Point wants you to have a minimum annual income of 35,000. So that could be a little high for some borrowers, and so Landing Point will accept income from employment, alimony, retirement, child support, and Social Security payment. The maximum DTI ratio that the Landing Point will accept is 50%, not including mortgage. So that's really important. And so available term lengths when it comes to the loan that you're getting through Landing Point, 2 to 6 years. So 6 years maximum in terms of repayment window. Okay, but the cool thing is that overall, Landing Point is a solid player. Think about it. You have self credit check to pre-qualify, so that's kind of cool. So you are preserving your FICO score. You have fast funding. You have a tool that offers a mobile app to manage loan payments. You have the option to change your payment date, and you have a free credit score access through Landing Point. So that's a strong possibility. If you are looking for fair credit personal loans that fund within 24 to 72 hours, I want you to consider actually this year Best Egg. And Best Egg is really cool because you are looking at a minimum credit score of 600, and Best Egg will fund your business. Will fund your loan rather. Will fund your loan within 24 to 48 hours. So that's kind of cool. And the estimated APR goes from 9% to 36%. Loan amount, the range that you are looking at, $2,000 to $50,000. Okay, so that's really good because it gives you flexibility there. The only thing is that in terms of DTI, the DTI that the Best Egg has is a little lower than let's say what Prosper or Upstart actually has. So the maximum DTI is 40%, excluding mortgage, or 65% including mortgage. Okay. And Best Egg wants you to have a minimum annual income of $3,500. And the lender is charging you an origination fee that goes from 0.99% to 9.99%. So this is something to really consider if you were to go with Best Egg. You have the option to pre-qualify with a soft credit check. By the way, all the other lenders that I've given you, you have the option to pre-qualify too. So you have the option to pre-qualify with a soft credit check. You have a wide range of loan amounts. You have unsecured and secured loan options. You have direct payments to creditors with debt consolidation loans, and you have no late fees. So overall, you have a strong player. But on the flip side, this is something that I really need to say. You really have to account for an origination fee with the Best Egg. And the origination fee tops out at 10%, which is kind of high though. I mean, 10%, that's really high. There are no rate discounts, which is a bummer because other players, they offer rate discounts. You have no option to choose your initial payment date. And also there is no mobile app to manage the loan. So this is something that we have to really think about this year. So if you are looking for a fair credit personal loans that funds the fund within 24 to 72 hours, I want you to think about Happy Money. And Happy Money will fund your loan, your fair credit personal loan will fair your that loan within 48 hours. Within 48 hours, you get your cash real fast. So that's really good. And with Happy Money, you actually have a loan amount that goes from a 5,000 rather, 5,000 to a $40,000. The minimum credit score is a 610 to a 640. So there is a fluctuating minimum credit score. And the APR goes from 11% all the way to 18%. So basically, Happy Money actually is a great player. By the way, Happy Money used to be called payoff back in the days, okay? So something that's really important to really to say. And Happy Money is actually the best for it's the best loan, if you will, for credit card consolidations. If you want to get this on a fair credit model, okay. And but one thing for sure, in terms of if you want to qualify for this loan, you shouldn't have any bankruptcies filed in the past 2 years. The maximum DTI ratio that you have to really have is 55%. So 55%. If not, you can't really qualify for a Happy Money loan. Minimum credit history, 6 years and 2 accounts. So that's really it's a little sip because not everybody has a minimum credit history of 6 years. I mean, that means you got to be at least 24 years to qualify for a Happy Money loan. So not a lot of folks actually qualify there. So this is something to think about. On but one thing for sure, you have an opportunity to get funded real fast. Okay, and don't forget that there is an origination fee that comes with Happy Money, and that goes all the way to 5% maximum. So 1% to 5%. Okay, there is no sort of no way to track your expenses unless you share your data with Happy Money. Okay, and one thing for sure, with the Happy Money, you have direct payment to our creditors with debt consolidation loans. You have fast funding. You have hardship program, which was really activated during COVID. And on the flip side, you have an origination fee that you have to consider. It's not as high as what you have through Upgrade or Achieve or Prosper, but it's still something, 1 to 5%. There's no rate discount, no joint cosign or secured loan options, and you have no options to actually choose the initial payment date. So something to really think about. So here's a close I want you to really think about. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about fair credit personal loans that funds within 24 to 40 to 72 hours. I gave you the start and then the close. The start, you have Upgrade, Achieve, Prosper, Upstart, Landing Point, Best Egg, and Happy Money. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.